Besides talking about real estate, one of my favorite things to talk about is the SPCA of East Texas and, of course, Roscoe here. Roscoe is a rescue dog, and the story about Roscoe is just a heart-tugging story. You know, we have an office downtown in Tyler, and we bought the building behind our property and tore the fence down. And one day I was walking by and saw, this horrific sight. It was a dog sitting on a 5-gallon bucket with a tether around his neck. And each day I would walk by and see this dog and just, God, I was just like, oh wow, this dog is just, he is far away, so I really couldn't tell what kind of dog he was. But I could also tell that he was there day in and day out on this tether. You know, I called the SPCA and I asked them to come do a welfare check on him, and Deborah came out, Deborah Dobbs, and she said, Cindy, as long as he's got a water bowl and he's got shelter, there's not a lot of things we can do about this. So I continued to watch him day in, day out. I would toss food over the fence at him, and there would be days that I would call him and he just wouldn't even look up. It was almost like his spirit was broken. So one night I was at home and it was raining really hard. It was in July, and I thought, I couldn't sleep that night thinking about this poor dog being on that tether in the backyard. And I woke up the next morning and I told my husband and my little boy Tony, I said, today's the day we're going to do something about this. We've got to do something. So I came to the office and of course looked over the fence and didn't see him. He was actually in his little dog house apparently, and for days I didn't see him. Finally, on about the 4th day, I walked by and I told my girls that were working in the office up front, I said, girls, we've got to do something. We have got to help this dog. And one of our girls said, well, the thing to do is to go over and let's knock on the door, ask the owner to give them to us. Well, we went over and knocked on the door. The next day, we were able to pick him up because he said yes. I'll never forget the time. There was a whole group of us. Even Deborah came over from the SPCA and to come and get him off of that tether in that backyard. It was absolutely heartwarming that day to see him walk out of that backyard and into the lives of all of us here in our office, because Roscoe's life changed that day. He became a little bit famous. He has his own Facebook page. You can follow him on Roscoe the Real Estate Dog. He's gets to go everywhere, and of course he never will be on a tether again. And you can see he's pretty well adjusted to life as Roscoe the Real Estate Dog. They did test him for heartworms, and unfortunately he was heartworm positive. And so he did have to go through the treatments of heartworms. And I would urge you, if you have a dog, it's a monthly pill that you give them, and it is so worth giving it to them so that they don't have to go through that treatment. That treatment is pretty rough on them. Roscoe has a very good life now. He has a stroller when he doesn't want to walk. He pretty much gets to go anywhere he wants to go. He eats dinner on many different patios in the evening times with us. His favorite food is chicken breast. He's a very calm dog, as you can tell. I did find out later the breed of this dog, it's a Tibetan Spaniel. He feels like a pretty free dog now, and he's very healthy. He's, I guess he's probably about 7 years old now. People come by the office sometimes just to see Roscoe. He likes that. He's pretty loved by a lot of people. I really appreciate the SPCA of East Texas because they did help me get Roscoe, and they have also helped me take care of Roscoe. He's just been such a joy to so many people. Thank you, SPCA.